Good evening, sim racing fans, and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV. Tonight, the World of Thunder Racing League triple header for round number 3. We start with the Super Late Models as we come to Frostburg, Ohio, the Eldora Speedway. Good evening, Brett Wheeler in the booth with you for tonight's call as practice wrapping up here, and we'll get ready for qualifying in just a few seconds' time. Again, we want to welcome you all into the Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch channels. We hope you enjoy the coverage for round number 3 here of the World of Thunder Racing League Super Late Models League Top 20 in qualifying will come up on the left of your screen. We'll also keep an eye on some of the drivers on the racetrack. Of course, the lone qualifying session. Hello, Joshua. Welcome, buddy. First car we look at, the number 3 car of Hunter Stifler. Hunter Stifler in car number 3. 45 drivers I think we had signing into the pit area. We had certainly close to 50 cars making their attempt at picking up around at number 3 here for the World of Thunder Racing League Super Late Model Series. Of course, open setup, Kevin McNatt, Steve Kaufman on the racetrack, Blake Brown, Dylan Williams. So wait for the times to come through. Blake Brown. Dustin Hall to the top of the speed chart, 16.017. We'll stay on the number 3 car of Hunter Stifler, gets his lap in car number 3. Going to put him 7th quick. Steve Kaufman starting up there. Hello, Shane. Andrew Hawkins in the 224 car. First lap for Andrew Hawkins is 10th quick with a 16.278. 16.278. Zach McSwain in the Beast Motorsports number 25 machine. Zach McSwain in the Beast Motorsports number 25 machine. Dustin Hall, the 16.017, still setting quick time. Zach McSwain, 16.151. Jacob Fields in the 007 Elite 7 Racing entry, 14th quick with a 16.212. The 16.212. 16.120 that time by, but of course his 2 laps already been completed. He will have to sit in position at number 15 now for the moment as we watch Mason Turner in the 7K car. Meanwhile, Shane James has taken the top spot. Thank you, Bucky. Hello, Dusty. Hello, Gordon. Kendall, KT. How are you, boys? 44th quick here for Mason Turner. 48 cars have taken the time. We'll have 50 cars taken to the Eldora for qualifying in 10 seconds. We've got Trevor Cheney and Chris Maguire also out on the racetrack. Chris Maguire in the 0 car. 16, well, that was a 16.290, but there it is, qualifying done and dusted. 49 cars have officially taken the time. We had 54 signed into the pit area for round number 3 here at the World of Thunder Racing League Super Late Models at Eldora. We'll have 5 heat races on the program. Let's go trackside and take a look now at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid for heat race number 1. Heat race number 1. 8 laps will be the distance. The top 3 going to make it into tonight's main event. Everybody else goes through your D, C, and B main. Starting on pole, car number 3 of Shane James. On the outside of the front row in the number 224 car, we'll see Andrew Hawkins line up at a position number 2. Blake Brown, car number 77, will start position at number 3. Alongside the 77 will be the 115 of Eric Tupper at a position 4. Hunter Stifler, the 33, scheduled to start P5. Connor Wilson, the 19, will start position 6. Ben Countermarsh in the 12 will start position 7. The 411 of Dylan Williams will start position at number 8. Dylan Petty in the 27 will start position 9. Alongside him, Matt Dixon in the 96 at a position 10. with Ryan Flatten, car number 53, lining up at a position 11. Hunter Stifler did not make the grid for heat number 1. So that will move the inside row up from Ben Kalamash. He will in fact start position 5 instead of 7. Petty will move up to position 7, with Ryan Flatten moving up to position number 9. You know, I was forgetting something. It's too early in the morning for this kind of stuff. Why does Steve do this to me every Sunday? Anyhow. Shane James, Andrew Hawkins, the front row. Green flag is out. 8 laps of distance here. Round number 3 of the World of Thunder Racing League is underway. Blake Brown on the 74 now looking for that second spot down into turn number 3 and 4 here on the opening lap. Hawkins going to fall back to third. As there goes Blake Brown straight to the inside and straight into second spot. Now sets his sights on the number 3 car of Shane James down the back straight away. Meanwhile, the battle on for 4th, 5th and 6th right now. We've got a good 3-car battle. Dylan Petty, Eric Tupper and Ben Kaltamash now. 3 cars all sitting outside of the transfer spot at the moment. Now you're going to throw in Ryan Flatten in the 15 car as he makes his way into now make that a 4-car battle once again. 3 laps in, 5 laps left to go here in heat race number 1. It's Shane James leading by the slimmest of margins over Blake Brown. Blake Brown getting a little tight there on the exit of turn number 2 as we see the cars running the low side of the racetrack here in heat race number 1. No doubt they'll chop and change throughout the night. Top, bottom, middle, wherever they can find the grip. Greg, thank you for that host on Twitch, brother. Appreciate it. As James continues to run the bottom side of the racetrack. Meanwhile, we go on board. Thanks to Black Diamond Motorsports with your Black Diamond Motorsports onboard cameras. The 77 car of Blake Brown right on the nose hood of this super late model, taking a lap around Eldora. Brown through the middle of the racetrack, 3/4 of the way up. Just trying to stay around or just underneath that slick area right now is Shane James getting very close to that inside wall. And now we're on board with Shane James just watching the 74 car start to close in on your race leader. Oh no, there's the mistake from Blake Brown. And could that be the mistake that cost him a win here in tonight's opening heat race? But don't forget the top 2 go to the redraw, mind you. Final lap, final time. Brown to the outside, James to the inside. James is going to have the run off for turn number 4, and Shane James will come away victorious. Blake Brown second, Andrew Hawkins third. Those top 3 going to the main event. Dylan Petty, Ben Kaltamash, Eric Tupper, Ryan Flatten, Dylan Wilson, Connor Wilson, and Matt Dixon all going through your preliminary mains. We move into heat race number 2. Let's go trackside now and take a look here at your Ultimate TV starting grid. $11 cars for heat race number 2. Starting on pole, car number 42 of Jordan Casey. On his outside will be the 14 of JD Brown. Dylan Thomas in the 03 will start position 3. Justin Sick, car number 34, will start position number 4. Lining up inside, third row, the 14 of Casey Reiser. Russell Berry, car number 84, starts position 6. Clyde Dunn, car number 43, will start position 7. On his outside, the 45 of Trevor Cheney out of position number 8. Position 9 sees the 5 of Chris Tucker line up alongside the 510 of Eddie Holden, I should say. And out of position number 11, car number 54 of Benjamin Nading. That is the look there at your Ultimate TV starting grid for heat race number 2. Heat 2 of 5 scheduled on the program before we move into the consolation races. The preliminary mains, your B, C, D. I think that's about all we'll have for tonight. And then, of course, our main event later on. As here we go, green flag is out, and Jordan Casey going to get a good start as he leads the fields off turn 4 down into turn 1 as JD Brown continues to work the outside of the racetrack. A little bit of a moment there in turns 1 and off that start, going into 1. But yellow flag is out, the 45 of Trevor Cheney. Let's take a look here at your Wicked Cushion instant replay and see what happened. As well, there was a bit of a muck up there. Looks like it might have been all caused by the 84. Of course, we take a look here at your Wicked Cushion instant replay. Yeah, the 84 of Russell Berry. Again, just unable to control that car off the start on a very tacky track. And yep, here's what it is. Again, we'll take one more look here, and of course we'll take a look here on board with the 45 of Trevor Cheney and how his night has not so much ended, but certainly made it difficult. So yellow's on here in heat racing action, of course. Every yellow we have generally lose 3 to 4 laps. So it's going to put us past the halfway stage. Aaron, Stephen, Zach for the follows. Thank you very much. For the people that have followed as well that I didn't get the chance to say thank you, but thank you very much for the support here on Ultimate Dirt TV. I'd like to go out on your iRacing.com official pace truck. I need to wake up. I mean, I could go back to sleep. Halfway home, 4 down, 4 to go. Jordan Casey leading the field once again down into turn number 1 and 2. Brown, contact with the wall down the back straight away. Now that's going to put Dylan Thomas looking for second. Meanwhile, here comes the 17 car. That is Justin Sick now moving to the inside, but he's going to lose a little bit of ground. So right now it's a battle on for second and third, and this is a spot for tonight's redraw. The top 2 going to the redraw. Top 3 to the main event. And JD Brown looks to drive away from Dylan Thomas there in the 03 car. Dylan Thomas having some connection issues there. And, well, that's going to give Justin Sick the opportunity to move into that third and final transfer spot down into turn number 3 and 4. He's going to get the run. Going to look to slide up to the middle of the racetrack on the exit of turn number 4. White flag is out. Rise almost, in fact, he may have even caught a piece of the inside wall there, but into turns 3 and 4, it is going to be the 42 car. Jordan Casey getting the win. Second will go to JD Brown, Justin Sick, Dylan Thomas, Casey Reiser, Chris Tucker, Clyde Dunn, Benjamin Nading, Russell Berry, Eddie Holden, and Trevor Cheney there, of course, did not finish. That was heat 2 completed. Moving on to heat race number 3. Again, we'll go trackside right now for your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. Starting on pole in the 331 car will be Dustin Hall on his outside. In the number 7 car will be Hayden Carwell. Zach McSwain, car number 25, will line up inside second row out of position 3. Josh Blanchard in the 02 car will start position number 4. We go back to third row inside the 47 of Laurel Havens out of position 5. Robert Tipton in car number 18 out of position number 6. Brian Johnson, the 40 car, will start position 7. Tanner Folds in car number 15 out of position number 8. The 03 of Charles Boggs will line up at a position 9. The 38 of Steve Kaufman starts position 10, with the 99 of Seth Cheney starting position number 11. Hello, Ronald. How you going, buddy? So again, the field makes their way off turn 2 and down the back straight away. The pace truck going to move to the infield this time by. Dustin Hall, I'm sure why again. He's for the last couple of weeks he's been in an all-white car for me. And yeah, if he wants to drive the all-white car, It might be an issue on his trading paints then. We'll let him figure that one out. There's Hayden Cardwell on the outside. Zach McSwain through the middle. And here comes the 47 of Havens to the inside. Havens in the 47 now looking for that final transfer spot. We'll get it briefly through turn 1 and 2. McSwain going to take that one back. 5 heat races, Aaron. 5 heat races. This is heat number 3 as well. Cardwell riding the wall through turns 3 and 4 as he looks now for the race lead down into turn number 1 and 2. Haven's going to put the slider on McSwain. McSwain trying to drive back around the outside of the number 47 car. So good battle going on for the race lead. Good battle going on for the final transfer spot into position 3. McSwain has it at the front straight away, but Haven's going to come back at him on the inside as McSwain continues to pound that wall. It's Cardwell and McSwain trying to tear down the wall around this big half a mile car. Trying to go back to pit road. Unfortunately missed the entrance, and this will more than... In fact, we might even have a green-white checker enabled here for the heat races. So let's find out from race control. Scott, thank you for the like and share. Brian, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. So we are gonna have a green white checker to finish out heat race number 3. Once again, 5 heat races on the program for tonight. Thank you, Jacob, for that share. Appreciate it. Like, shares, follows, guys. We appreciate all the support here on Ultimate Dirt TV, here on this triple header Sunday evening. The UMP Modifieds starting at 8 PM Eastern. We head to USA Speedway for that one. 3/4 of a mile for 1 lap in a UMP Modified thing. That could get really interesting. And then, of course, at 10 PM Eastern, the 410 winged sprint cars. They will take to the dirt track at Charlotte. But before we get there, we're going to finish out this race here at the Eldora Speedway. And the green flag will fly once again here for the green-white checker. It's Carbo. Now here goes McSwain on the inside of Dustin Hall down the back straightaway. Not the final lap. Be mindful, a green-white checker. We'll have the white flag this time by. They get the white flag. It's Hayden Cardwell. Hall going to slide up in front of McSwain. They make contact. Here comes the 40 car of Brian Johnson up to position 4 right now. They're 3 wide behind him. It's Hayden Cardwell going to get the win. Second is going to go to Dustin. No, in fact, it won't go to Dustin Hall. It'll be Zach McSwain, then Dustin Hall. Those top 3 going through and punching their ticket to the main event later on this evening. Everybody else, once again, will go through your preliminary mains. McPeak Cody, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Welcome in. Heat number 4 on the program. Once again, we'll go ahead and take a look now at your Ultimate TV starting grid. The penultimate heat race on the night. Austin car number 1 will start position 1. On the outside of the front row, the 88 of Gary Peck. Calvin Herring, the 08, will start position 3. The 29 of Chris Malone will start position 4. Position 5 will see the 17 of Brett Rolls. Kevin McNatt, the 44, starts position 6. Colby Mewborn in car 36 out of position 7. Daniel Cummings Jr., the 24, will start position 8. William Duval, the 32, out of position 9. Tristan Carman, the 10, out of P4. And Joseph Causey in car 46 out of position 11. Colby Mewborn did not make the call for heat number 4. So it's going to put William Duval up to position 7 and Joseph Causey up to position number 9. So again, another 8 laps slapped up onto the scoreboard here for heat race number 4. Austin car showing an all black car for me. It's very strange. Normally he's got the dirt draft car on that front of that car, but anyhow, we'll keep going. Look at the battle behind him right now. As here goes Chris Malone 3 wide on the inside of Calvin Herring and Gary Peck. Peck now to the outside once again into turns 1 and 2. Malone going to slide up and take the line away from Calvin Herring. There's 4 cars right now. You throw in Brett Rolls in the 17, so there's 4 cars fighting it out for the 2 final transfer spots. Austin Carr, he's gone. Rolls has a little bit of a moment there in turns 3 and 4. He's going to fall back just by a couple of more car lengths right now, so struggling to get a handle on that number 17 R car. Excuse me. Malone, Peck and Herring continue to go 2 and 3 wide as well. Calvin Herring may have just caught a piece of that inside wall down into turn number 1. Malone making it happen right through the middle of the racetrack. 3 wide off turn number 4. 4 down, 4 to go. And boy, oh boy, only 2 of these cars are going to go through to the main event out of the 3 that you see here on your screen. And just have a look at Brett Roll starting to get his mojo back. Starting to get that rhythm, starting to feel the groove. And now it's time to make your move as Calvin Herring catches a piece of the inside wall once again in turns number 1 and 2. And that's going to fall him back. And that's going to put him back to position number 5. Has moved Brett Rolls into that 4 spot. And now coming after Gary Peck in the number 88 car for that 3rd and final transfer spot. Chris Malone has got himself locked into the top 2 redraw here in just a moment. Of course, the redraw will happen after heat race number 5. The top 2 all going to the redraw. Redraw will happen while the preliminary mains are on, as the final lap is upon us right now. And it is Austin Carr out in front. Chris Malone in 2nd. Carr's going to win by a country mile. Austin Carr getting the job done. 2nd. At the line is going to be Chris Malone, Gary Peck going to come home in position 3. Brett Rolls, Calvin Herring, Kevin McNatt, Daniel Cummings Jr., Tristan Carmen, Joseph Causey, and William Duval round out your top 10. That is Heat 4 completed. Heat 5 up next, our 5th and final heat race of the night. And boy, oh boy, this looks stacked for the first couple of rows. Let's go and take a look now at your Ultimate TV starting grid. Starting on pole, the 127 car of Blake Majulis will start up alongside John Alatich in car number 1 out of position 2. Position 3 will be the 007 of Jacob Fields, Trent Miller, the 50 out of position number 4. Position 5 will see the Bryce Bailey in car number 2. Lyndon Whiffle in car number 21 will start position 6. Cody Slawson, the 8, will start position 7. Eric Scaffin, the 26, will start position 8. Mason Turner and Chris Maguire will make up row number 5 to complete heat race number 5, the 5th and final heat race of the night. Hello, Kyle. So D main is up next. Majulis is gone. He sets his sights on the top side of the racetrack and he will waste no time as Fields is going to make his way to the top side as well. We got one car spinning there in the background as we stay green for the time being. Alatich in the 1 car running right through the middle of the racetrack. Trent Miller there in the number 14 car working the bottom side. Trying to get into that top 3. Again, we've got a 3-car battle on for 2nd, 3rd and 4th as Fields gets clear of those 2 cars of Alatich and Miller. But how long for? Because Fields runs the top side of the racetrack. Trying to follow Majulis, and John Alatich is going to go up there as well. Again, flirting with disaster, trying to flirt with that ball all the way through turns 1 and 2. Carl, we're going all right. Little tied, but it is what it is. Now Miller going to go up to the top of the racetrack. I get the feeling right now that the scene has been set. It is going to be an absolute dogfight to get to the top of the racetrack. As meanwhile, Blake Majulis down to the low side, down into turn number 3 and 4. And he's just got plenty of time right now. In fact, he might have just found something for top 1 and 2, bottom 3 and 4. 16.4.23. Again, we'll see what kind of lap time he runs here as he runs the slider line. Again, while he's out in front, while he's got this time, 16.3.02. Holy cow, he is just flying right now. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Chris Maguire in the 0 car. We'll be able to go back and take a look here at your Wicked Cushion instant replay. See exactly what happened to the O car. So the 14 of Miller just got loose in front of him, and then there goes the 2 car of Bryce Bailey. We bring you back to live pictures from Eldora. We are set for a green white checker. This is not going to be the final lap. So the 5th and final heat race of the night. So again, the top 3. So we're going to lock 15 cars from tonight's heat races. And I believe our preliminary mains, if I read them right, they're only going to take 1 through from each of them, from the 3. So essentially just an 18 car field here this evening. Trevor Johnson, thank you for the follow, sir. Appreciate it. Welcome into Ultimate Dirt TV. As we get set here for a green-white checker, Blake Majulis and Jacob Fields. Green flag is out. John Aletich has got a chance to make it into the redraw, although the top side might just be too hard to beat. And Aletich is going to look to hang on to that 3rd and final transfer spot. Meanwhile, we got Cody Slauson in the 8 car, starting to put pressure there as the white flag is out here for the final time in heat racing competition. Majulis has gone. He leads by 3 car lengths down the back straight away over Jacob Fields. Fields to the top side. There is Majulis slapping the wall down in turns 3 and 4 as checkered flag is out. Majulis, Fields, Aletich, Slauson, Miller, Scarf, Whiffle, Bailey, Maguire, Turner. There it is. Top 3 once again to the main event. I believe this will be B main number 1. Of course, I'll check that in just a few minutes while our starting grid is going. Speaking of starting grids, let's go and take a look now at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid for tonight's B mains. In fact, we're going to lock 24 cars into the main event. So we'll have B mains 1, 2, and 3. Oh, Bucky, don't work too hard in New Zealand. Dylan Petty, car number 27, starts position 1 here in B main at number 1. Brett Rolls in the 17 will start position 2. Casey Reiser in the 14 will start position 3. Eric Scarf in the 26 will start position 4. At a position 5 with a 47 of Laurel Havens, Ryan Flatten is done for the night. Daniel Cummings Jr. scheduled to start P7. Benjamin Ading done as well. Chris Maguire will start position 9. Tanner Folds is going to move up a couple of rows. And Matt Dixon in the 96 and William Duval in the 32 is also going to move up a couple of rows as well. So Tanner Folds is going to move up to position 6. William Duval will move up to position number 8. So both drivers essentially picking up 4 positions without even taking the green flag. Jesse, Chris, thank you for the like on the video. Appreciate it. Welcome in. And just as I say that, Keith Franks, thank you for the follow as well. Appreciate it. Welcome in. B main number 1, Dylan Petty in the 5P car. Brett Rolls in the 17, the top 3 to your main event. Everybody else going to be sent packing. Top 3, Greg, top 3. Petty works the bottom side into turn number 3 and 4 here. The first of 12 laps for your B mains. Rolls sits second. Starting to put the pressure here on Petty for your race lead. Casey Reiser runs the bottom down through turn number 1 and 2. We start lap number 2 as again these drivers just finding it a little difficult right now to keep it together, but they are doing a nice job. Doing a lot better than what I would be doing, that's for sure. There's a reason why I'm up in the box. How hard is it to talk about the racing on screen? Well, I've been doing it for a number of years. These drivers are doing a great job so far to complete lap number 3. As Brett Rolls, Casey Reiser are going to go side by side as Eric Scalf now starts to sniff around and look at Chris Maguire working the outside of the racetrack. So now we're going to have 5 cars fighting it out for the top 3 positions at the moment. And I get the feeling Chris Maguire is going to win this one. Oh, he was thinking about going down low. He cannot get a clean pass because all these drivers were spread out all across this racetrack. And meanwhile, Maguire moves into position 4. Scalf moves back to 5th. And we just had a 3-wide battle for the race lead in turns 3 and 4. Brett Rolls and Dylan Petty throwing some sliders on each other right now. Brett Rolls takes the lead down the back straightaway. Petty right through the middle. Here comes Maguire on the top side, making it 3 wide. And Chris Maguire goes from 4th to 2nd in the matter of 2 turns. Slider incoming. There goes the zero machine down to the inside. He throws the slider there on Brett Rolls. Rolls going to turn it back underneath him. But Chris Maguire, after 7 laps, he's to the front and he's in position 1. He has got a strong hold on this field as the yellow flag is going to fly. The 26E car of Eric Scalf. You take a look here at your Wicked Cushion instant replay and see what happened to the driver of the number 26 car. I think it might have been contact with the 5P of Dylan Petty without looking at the replay, but we see the replay come up. Yep, Petty just got into the back of him there and turns the 26 machine. Just checked up and Petty, obviously not reading the situation right, just gets into the back of him here, and this will show you exactly how easy it is just to make that mistake. And yes, we all make mistakes in iRacing and in life in general. So redraw numbers are done. So the green white checker once again here at Eldora. This is B main number 1. We have 3 B mains on the program for tonight. Pace truck to the infield. Chris Maguire slows the pace right down and then gets on the loud pedal. Green flag is out. Green white checker. Rolls continues to run the outside of the racetrack in second. Third is going to be up for grabs because here comes Daniel Cummings Jr. on the outside of Casey Riser. They make contact at the start-finish line. There was nothing in it. White flag is out. Final time around Eldora for these drivers in the B main. 3 of them going to advance. We know it's going to be Maguire. Brett Rowe's going to advance. Is it going to be Riser or is it going to be Daniel Cummings Jr.? Riser comes up the racetrack. There's contact and I don't think neither of them got it. Oh boy, that was close. Laurel Haven sneaks in by 8/1000ths of a second. Casey Riser and Daniel Cummings Jr. They make contact. Riser comes up. Cummings gets into the back of him. And Laurel Havens in the 47 car sneaks the 47 into the show. Your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid for B main number 2 coming up. Welcome in to the DK Race team. Jansen, what's going on? Dylan Thomas and Cody Slawson will make up row number 1 here for B main number 2. Row 2 is going to see Josh Blanchard on the inside. On the outside will be Eric Tupper. 5th starting spot, Kevin McNatt is gone. He is done for the evening. Clyde Dunn on the outside of that 3rd row. Bryce Bailey, Seth Cheney in positions 7 and 8. Connor Wilson, Joseph Causey, Eddie Holden, Mason Turner, and Steve Kaufman. Kevin Dill, Roy, Timothy, thank you for the follows. Appreciate it. Once again, welcome into Ultimate Dirt TV. Tonight, the World of Thunder Racing League triple header. The super late models up now. In a little over an hour's time, about an hour and 10 minutes time, the server will go up for the UMP Modifieds, which again, we'll have a new stream for that one here on the Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch feeds. And then, of course, in 3 hours' time, we're going to have the 410 winged sprint cars in action. So, hello, Timothy. Welcome in, Tim. Thomas will lead down the back straight away for the first time. Eric Tupper in the 115 car. Then you go back to Cody Slawson, right on the bottom side of the racetrack. Oh, these races are way too early for me. That's it. Could have gone back to sleep for another 4 hours. That's Bryce Bailey and Josh Blanchard. Both drivers in the number 2 car as Blanchard goes on by Bailey. Bailey trying to work back on the outside here of Josh Blanchard down the back straight away, because both these drivers on the outside looking in at the moment. Cody Slawson holds on to that 3rd and final transfer spot. It's still Blanchard who now moves and stays in that 4th spot. Does Bryce Bailey not going to give that one up without a fight just yet? So Bryce Bailey in the 2 car. He might have just found something on the bottom side right now here in B main number 2. Eldora known for its topside dominance racetrack. Meanwhile, Eric Tupper has gotten to your race lead. Dylan Thomas going to fall back to position 3. And that's Dylan Thomas, in fact, in the 03, back to position 2. Excuse me. This is what happens when it's too early in the morning for me. Hello, Richard. Again, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. So your top 3 have just absolutely cleared away from the rest of the field. Slawson now moves into 2nd spot, and now, although a couple of laps later, my statement was correct. The 03 of Dylan Thomas back to position number 3 as the yellow flag is going to fly. The 46 of Joseph Causey around, and I'm going to take this opportunity now to get a drink, so I'm going to be right back while we've got cars on track rolling around for your B main. Alright, green white checker coming back out onto the racetrack here for B main number 2. Eric Tarper's just left the field for dead right now. Here in the final stages of this race, white flag is out. Dylan Thomas moves into position number 3. And the yellow flag is going to fly once again as the pace truck coming back out onto the circuit. So again, we're going to have another attempt at this green-white checker. And well, if I'm everybody else, I'm worried about that 115 car because he's got some pace. Sorry, boys. Sorry, people. Green white checker back out here for B main number 2. Tupper, Thomas, and Slawson, your top 3. And looks like that is going to be the top 3, so that will conclude B main number 2. B main number 3. Up next, our final consolation race before the warm-up session. I don't think there will be that much of a warm-up session. We're going to move straight into tonight's main event, of course. The boys have got 1 hour to get the race in. So let's go trackside right now and take a look here at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. Looks like we'll have 11 cars to contest B main number 3. And once again, 8 cars going to go home. 3 cars will make tonight's main event. Starting on pole, in car number 40 is going to be Brian Johnson on his outside the 12 of Ben Cowdermarsh. Calvin Herring in the 08 will start position 3. Chris Tucker in the 5 will start position number 4. At a position number 5 will be the 21 of Lyndon Whiffle. Robert Tipton in the 18 will start position 6. Dylan Williams and Tristan Carmen in row 4. Row 5 going to be Russell Berry, Trent Miller with Charles Boggs rounding up this 11-car field. Christian, thank you for the follow. Calvin, thank you for the follow. John, of course, thank you for the like, buddy. Let's watch this from the grandstand point of view, shall we? Green flag, set the flag. The field is really bunched up there. Brian Johnson in the 40 car. Well, he wasn't mucking around there on that star again. Into turns 1 and 2, it's going to be Calvin Herring putting the slider there on Cowdermarsh for that second spot. Cowdermarsh races back to the inside, down into turn number 3 and 4. Chris Tucker in the 5 car, back there in position 4 again on the outside looking in. We complete the opening lap here at B main number 3, and you can really start to see how slick this track is getting as there goes the 3D Racing 08 car of Calvin Herring to the outside and to the race lead off at turn number 4. He's got it at the start finish line, not by much. as Brian Johnson, Catamash and Tucker. Oh no, Herring. He goes from first to sixth. Oh, not a happy half a lap there. Meanwhile, the 411 of Dylan Williams. Oh no, Calvin Herring into the wall. He's going to stop that car, and that's going to bring out the yellow flag. So you think about a lap ago, he was into the race lead, and a lap later, he's turned around, and that will be his night done and dusted. It's already pulled back into the pits. Unlucky for Calvin Herring in the 08 car. Things just not going his way in tonight's super late model part of the night. Lights out on your iRacing.com official pace truck. Hello Trevor, welcome in. Catamash in the 12 car. In the Wolf Action Esports entry, green flag is out. Brian Johnson in the white and purple number 40 machine, back to green. Here in tonight's B-Main number 3. Look at the 14 come through. That's Trent Miller. He was quick in his heat race, and then of course had an incident there with Chris Maguire, a little out of shape, and he unfortunately didn't get the finish that he would have liked. But man, Trent Miller in the 14 car feels like he might have a point to prove, as he now works to the outside of the racetrack there, down into turn 3 and 4, right through the middle now. As Catamash in the Wolf Action Esports looking to hang on to the race lead. 4 laps left to run. Catamash slides to the top. Miller from the top to the bottom of the racetrack. Battle on for the race lead as here goes Miller to the inside. You've got a new leader down into turn number 3. Trent Miller in the 50 car to the race lead with just 3 laps left to run. Ben Catamash back to second. And Chris Tucker back there in position number 3. He again, he holds that final ticket into the main event. But have a look at Tristan Carmen coming right through the middle. Catamash gets a little loose. And Catamash is going to go from 2nd to 5th. Oh, he's still in the chase right now. Look at the 18 car literally just bouncing off the wall. That is Robert Tipton. White flag this time by. Can Brian Johnson get into that 3rd and final transfer spot? I don't think so. Tristan Carmen looks to have this one wrapped up. As down the back straightaway for the final time here in your B-Main number 3. Trent Miller gonna be victorious. 2nd, Chris Tucker. Tristan Carmen in 3rd. Everybody else goes home. See you later, boys. We'll see you next week. Or we'll see you for the UMP modifieds. The warm-up session is just about to happen, although I don't think there'll be too much of a warm-up session, seeing as though the cars on the racetrack, they know what the racetrack is doing, so they might get a 1-minute warm-up session. So we'll take this opportunity to step aside here on Ultimate Dirt TV. But before we do, I want to thank our sponsors. Of course, you can check them out on our website. Head over to www.ultimatedirttv.com. Click on the sponsors tab, and those wonderful people that help us on a season basis. Hello Zach, a big thanks to Wicked Cushion, 19 Designs, World of Thunder Racing League, iCall Leagues, JR Productions and Media, and Black Diamond Motorsports. Of course, don't forget to keep up with what we've got going on throughout the week. Of course, plenty of racing here on the sim side of things here on Ultimate Dirt TV. Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We've got you covered throughout the week. We'll take a quick break and come back on the other side of this. You're watching the World of Thunder Racing League Super Late Models live from the Eldora Speedway on the sim version here on the iRacing.com service right here on Ultimate Dirt TV.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Ultimate Dirt TV here on this Sunday evening for your first of 3 races. First of 3 league races here on Ultimate Dirt TV, of course, all provided by the guys here at the World of Thunder Racing League. The Super Late Models, our main event just about to start. Of course, before we get there, don't forget the reminder, we have the UMP modifiers heading to USA in about an hour's time. And then in about 3 hours' time, we are going to have the 410 winged sprint car, so plenty of sim racing action to get you throughout the rest of the day or night here on Ultimate Dirt TV, of course. Let's go trackside right now and take a look here at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid for tonight's 40-lap main event live from the Eldora Speedway. So the first 10 positions will be jumbled up just a little bit, but I can tell you the 29 car of Chris Malone will start position 1. Alongside him will be the 3 of Shane James. Row 2 is going to see the 77 car of Blake Brown start position 3. Out of position 4 will be the 42 of Jordan Casey. Blake Majulis and Austin Carr will be in row 3. Row 4 will see the 7 car of Hayden Cardwell. He will start alongside the 14 of JD Brown. Then row 5 will see the 25 car of Zach McSwain alongside Jacob Fields. From 11th on back right now, Andrew Hawkins and Dustin Hall, Gary Peck, John Aletich, Chris Maguire, Eric Tupper, Trent Miller, Brett Rolls, Dylan Thomas, Chris Tucker, Laurel Havens, Cody Slawson and Tristan Carman make up the 24 cars here in tonight's main event. So you see the pace truck move to the infield and you're wondering why we're not going green? Well, again, that's to get the first 5 laps of this. You'll see 45, the first 5 laps are to get the drivers into their correct positions from that redraw. Once they are into their correct positions, Well, we'll get the signal to show you the most awesome sight in all the motorsports, the 4 wide salute. Once they do the 4 wide, they will break formation once again. And on lap number 5 is when the drivers will get the green flag. Joshua, thank you for the follow. Jeff, thank you for the like. Evan, thank you for the follow as well. Welcome in. And welcome in here to Ultimate Dirt TV. And of course, welcome to the World of Thunder iRacing League Super Late Models. Toos, thank you, brother. Thanks, Braden. Here it is. The drivers have been given the signal to do the 4 wide salute here here at the Eldora Speedway, I should say. And ladies and gentlemen, so make their way off for turn number 4. The drivers are 4 wide. It's their way of thanking you, the race fans that are tuned in here this evening, as we start to see the rest of the guys come up into that 4 wide salute. But there's no better sight right now than what you see here on the racetrack. Look at this field. There's a lot of horsepower waiting to be unleashed here at the Eldora Speedway. That's a pretty good 4 wide, I must say. It is not too shabby. You really see how slick this racetrack is right now from the top of the racetrack here from the Eldora Speedway. It's literally from slick from top to bottom. The straightaways is probably going to be the key points. Out of turn 2 on the bottom looks alright, I must say. But again, I don't really love these. I don't really run these super late models. Hey Jeff, let's see which one they. Quick, name a couple of drivers. Let's get these iRacing iFlags on the broadcast. Now there's one, Blake Brown. In the iRacing iFlag number 74 machine. Who else has got the iRacing iFlag on those cars, Jeff? Let's quickly get a shot here. We go green flag next time by. In fact, it's this time by. "40 laps the distance here, round number 3, World of Thunder iRacing League Super Late Model live from Eldora. We are green here in the main event. And it is going to be an absolute dogfight to get to the top side of the racetrack. But meanwhile, Chris Malone, he will lead down the back straightaway for the first time. And look at your top 7 cars have just split away from the rest of the field. Make that top 6 one. So Majulis in the 127 car, work on the bottom side of the racetrack. Inside of Austin car, they go 3 wide. Casey. There goes the slider from Carr on Brown. Brown going to turn it back underneath him now. Majulis on the inside as well. Shane James has gotten to the race lead here in the early going of this one. And yellow is out. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Alright, well, tell you what. Let's get a close-up here of Majulis' car. With the iRacing iFlags on it. Let's see, they're on the side. Must be on the right-hand side. Or is it on the back? It's not on the back. Let's see if it's on the side. I can't see it on the side of that 127 car. It's alright, let's go take a look at Shane James. He's out in front. I must be blind. Maybe it really is too early in the morning for me. Oh, there you go. See, I must have been blind. Was that on the Majula's car? Yeah, lights are off. What team is that? Is it VLR? You sponsored the VLR team, do you? Thanks, Eric. See? It's way too early in the morning for me. Back to green. 34 to run. Oh, Majulis and Hayden Cardwell. Blake Brown around Justin Sick. There was a massive pile up there into turn number 3, and a lot of cars have been severely damaged. We've got one car upside down. It's going to be the 224 of Andrew Hawkins. And boy, I didn't want to look at that replay. You know what? Let's do it for the sake of it. Boy, oh boy, it happened. Trying to think what camera's going to be good here. Wow, there was just a ton of cars getting caught up in that one. I don't think this track cam's going to work all that well. It might actually. Yeah, that was a bit how you going. It's almost like a demo derby at the back there between Alatich and Maguire. Both cars reversing back into each other. Let's come back to the live pictures here from the Eldora Speedway. Lights are out here on yourracing.com official pace truck. 30 to go. Shane James, green flag back out, and here we are on the way again. Austin Carr rides in second. Jenny Brown now going to ride in position number 3. And now we've got a 3-car battle, nearly a 3-wide battle between Jacob Fields, Chris Malone, and Zach McSwain as well. Austin Carr put the slider on Shane James. James now going to return the favour there into turns 1 and 2. Yellow, yellow, yellow. So let's go and take a look at some of the cars on pit road, shall we? Jordan Casey, Andrew Hawkins, John Alatich is still circulating. Tristan Carman, he's gone back onto pit road. I'm assuming he was the one for the cause of the caution. Well, he wasn't the cause of the caution, but he was certainly involved in it. I think wrong place, wrong time. Slawson and the 47 car of Havens come together. And there goes Carmen upside down, sitting on his lid. Not the way you want to be finishing your night here from the Eldora Speedway, round number 3. A couple of drivers coming back down to pit road to get their cars, get their crew guys working on their cars, get some damage repaired. Shane James, Austin Carr, the front row. We get set to go back to green here at Eldora. Excuse me, and we are back underway. James going to slide to the top. He's going to leave a lane there for Austin Carr, and Austin Carr, he's going to take that lane down through turns 1 and 2, but into 3 and 4. There's Shane James with a big move, with a big slider there, and Austin Carr with a nice crossover side by side for your race lead. Austin Carr in the 1 car will put the slider back, and here comes Jacob Fields, the 007 car. JD Brown in 4th, closely followed behind your top 3 there, as James and Carr continue to train sliders here at Eldora. 23 to run. 17 complete so far, and we are nearing the halfway stage of this main event. It is still Shane James out in front. Austin Carr still trying to put the moves here on Shane James. He did so, but Shane James quickly turned it underneath him. Didn't have to drive it in deep, or as deep as what he would have liked to. Stayed to the middle of the racetrack and got to the cushion fairly quickly. Austin Carr going to come back at him now into turns 3 and 4 once again. James back to the inside. What a battle these two are putting on. Oh no, it's going to be taken away by another yellow flag. Paul, thank you for that follow. Appreciate it. Jacob, thanks for the like. Travis Sander, thank you for the follow as well. So as the field comes past the start-finish line that time by, officially we are halfway home. And let's take a look here at your JR Productions and Media halfway results. Austin Carr, Shane James, Jacob Fields, JD Brown, Zach McSwain, Chris Malone, Blake Brown, Eric Tupper, Blake Majulis, and Hayden Cardwell. Excuse me. Then, of course, we go back to Dylan Thomas, Cody Slawson, Justin Stick, Havens, Maguire, Peck, Hall, and Tucker. Rolls Alatich lap down. Both cars still on the racetrack, so still 20 cars in the main event so far. Brandon Wise, thank you for that follow. Thank you for the likes as well coming through. Appreciate it. Appreciate all the support here on Ultimate Dirt TV. Again, the UMP Modifieds up next in about 40 minutes time. Again, we'll have another stream up here on the Facebook page, our YouTube page, and of course our Twitch page as well. Pace truck moves to the infield. Single file restarts. Uh-oh. Here we go back to green. It is Austin Carr, who again will lead the field into turns 1 and 2. And I get the feeling right now that that's the break that Austin Carr needed. Thank you so very, very much for those 378 stars. Of course, guys, don't forget to check out iRacing iFlag on Facebook. Give them a like and a follow as well. Thank you very much, sir. So your top 5 right now, single file on the top side of the racetrack. Your next battle on the screen is going to be Blake Proud on the outside, trying to fend off a charge from Chris Malone on the bottom side. Hayden Cardwell on the top side as well. Right in behind him is the 127. There is Blake Majulis. So Cardwell to the outside. Now Cardwell goes to the middle. 3 wide down into turns 3 and 4. Puts the slider there on Blake Brown. Brown going to come back at Cardwell on the inside. Not going to make it happen. So Hayden Cardwell now moves up to position number 6. Brown getting a little loose there on the exit of turn number 2 as there goes Majulis down to the inside. Slide job by Blake Majulis. So a couple of the iRacing iFlag cars going at it here for positions 7 and 8 at the moment. Meanwhile, Shane James holding on to second for the time being. He's holding off a fast finishing 007 of Jacob Fields. 13 laps left to run. Austin Carr now starting to feel the pressure there in the number 1 car. That's a mistake from Carr, and that allows Shane James to put the slider on Shane James. He has taken back the race lead, but here comes Austin Carr back up on the inside. James into the wall. Carr has to let out of the throttle. he realised he wasn't going to clear him. And race control made it pretty clear that if you ain't going to clear someone with a slider and they turn you, that's your own damn fault. Well, I agree to a certain extent there. The Nationals was disappointing in regards to racing-wise. Slider there by Austin Carr with 9 laps left to run. That time bypass the start-finish line. It is Shane James and Austin Carr absolutely training slide jobs. It's like it's a boxing match. In fact, it's like it's a tennis match. Just going back and forth. You throw one, I'll cross underneath you. I'll throw the next one. And, well, it looks like it might be advantage Austin Carr. JD Brown not too far away from this battle, this top 3 battle right now in the 14 car. He's starting to make his way into the mixture right now. And again, it is still Austin Carr leads. Chad, thank you for that follow. Jeff, thanks for the share as well, buddy. Appreciate it. Carr now really starting to get the motor cranking right now. Getting a little further and further away from the 3 car of Shane James. As James starts to fall off here in the final stages of this race. We've got 5 laps left to run. It's all about who can run the cushion better, who can not hit the wall. And that's exactly who can wall tap around Eldora the best. JD Brown once again starting to close in on Jacob Fields for 3rd, but as I said, that Fields just got a massive run through 3 and 4 on the cushion. 4 to run. Now, normally I would have spoke about the point of no return, but because we've got green-white checkers, it wouldn't matter if there's a yellow right now. Although it would set us up for a green-white checker, an exciting green-white checker at that. Car continues to lead Shane James. Gary Peck down to the inside of the lap car, just letting the leaders go on by as here goes James to the inside with a slide job on Austin Carr. Carr made the mistake in 3 and 4 again. 2 laps to go. Who is going to victory lane? Is it going to be Carr? Is it going to be James? Which one of these 2 drivers will make the trip to the front stretch? Carr with a slide job. James to the inside, side by side off turn 4. Austin Carr, no doubt he's going to protect that slider line as the white flag is out. Final time, final turns for your World of Thunder Racing League Super Late Models round number 3. Austin Carr off for turn number 4 will get the job done. 2nd will go to Shane James, and 3rd is going to be Jacob Fields. Hello, Pat. Kyle Kuhn, thank you for the follow as well as the field. The field is finished. The race is complete. The 1 car. He goes to victory lane. Take a look now at your JR Productions and Media unofficial results for round number 3 of the World of Thunder Racing League Super Late Models from the Eldora Speedway. So here it is, look at top to bottom, your 24 starters. Austin Carr, Shane James and Jacob Fields come away with your podium. We'll chat to those guys with your post-race interviews in just a moment. JD Brown and Hayden Carwell home in positions 4 and 5. Majulis in 6th. Zach McSwain in 7th. Blake Brown in 8th. Dylan Thomas in 9th with Dustin Hall rounding out your top 10. 11th was Eric Tupper. 12th was Chris Malone. Laurel Havens in 13th. 14th is Cody Slawson. 15th is Chris Maguire. Then these cars a lap down. Gary Peck and Brett Rolls. John Aletich 2 laps down in 18th. Justin Sick 4 laps down in position 19th. Chris Tucker finishing back on pit road in position number 20. 21st goes to Tristan Carmen, Jordan Casey and Andrew Hawkins with Trent Miller. Did not start this one. So our top 3 are waiting downstairs as we go trackside. Right now I'll chat to your top 3 Well, coming away victorious here this evening in the number 1 car is going to be none other than the Cuban of Austin Carr. Austin, congratulations on this victory race that you really had to work for between you and Shane James. You guys were almost like a tennis match. You throw a slider, I'll throw the one the next turn. Talk about it from your vantage point in your cockpit.
Yeah, it's very awesome. It was a good race, probably one of the better Eldora tracks I've been on, and I was just getting kind of tight there at the end, and I don't know if the server was just kind of lagging or what, but my frames were going all crazy, and I was just trying to hold on there at the end, and me and Shane put on a hell of a battle, and just when you could run each other clean and actually throw slide jobs at each other and actually respect the guy, and it's awesome. That was awesome racing. I wish it would have went green more, but overall it was a great time.
Before the race tonight, all the drivers were warned that if you throw a slide job, be mindful. Make sure that you're going to clear the bloke, because if the guy gets into the back of you and you get turned, that comes back on you. Did that play into your mind out on the racetrack tonight with you and Shane, or did you have enough confidence in not only you putting the slider on, but Shane also completing that crossover?
Well, I wouldn't have put either of us in bad situations. I mean, I threw him deep enough to where I knew that he could see them coming from a mile away, and just like whenever he threw them on me, it was just the same thing. You gotta anticipate where he's gonna go, but you also gotta know exactly where you need to be in. I mean, it was fine with me, and I mean those are kind of the same rules that we ran in R Factor, where if you slide in front of the guy and you didn't clear him all the way, I mean that's your fault. So nothing new in there, but it was a great race.
All right, now totally unrelated subject. Did you have an all black car tonight, or was it just trading paints messing up?
It was trading paints messing up. I don't know what it is, because like I was seeing everybody else's car, but whenever I had I mean I even went to trading paints, like removed my car and then put it back in there, and I don't know what's going on, because I mean in the practice sessions before it was showing up, and we got into the server and I was just like, what the hell? I'm like, but I guess all black is what I needed tonight.
Oh, you do come away with the victory, so although they don't show as a black car, we know you got some sponsors you need to thank, so we'll let you thank those sponsors and get out of here and celebrate.
Yeah, I got to thank everyone over at Elite 7 with Jacob. We kind of were putting stuff together here before the race, and it looks like it kind of worked. I think True Form Race Products, Dirt Draft, go check that out. It's an app. It's basically like a fantasy draft for racing, and it's pretty awesome. There's going to be cool little things, giveaways, and stuff like that from there. I think True Form Race Products, Five Knuckle Wraps, Dirt Track, and MSR Mafia. I'm forgetting a couple, but I can't think of them right now. But I got to thank you up in the booth, and World Thunder for putting on a great series.
All right, there we go. Austin Carr there, home in first place. He gets the spoils tonight, and he gets the job done over the man that he was trading sliders with for a number of laps throughout that feature event. But he finally has a little bit of decent luck here in the Super Late Models. Home in second place is Shane James. Shane, congratulations on this second place run, man. A heck of a battle between you and Austin Carr there. It certainly looked like it was exciting out there throwing those big sliders on each other.
Yeah, it was definitely exciting there. We were slicing and dicing there the last 5 to 10 laps, and I don't know. I thought I had my chance there, but he just got a better runoff of, I think it was 2, and I couldn't hold him back, so kind of had to settle for second there. But all in all, really good race, other than the few cautions we had.
With about 10 to go, it looked like Austin was sort of just getting clear of you guys there in the race lead, but I think with about 4 or 5 to go, he made the mistake in 3 and 4, and that allowed you to put the slider on. Did you sort of anticipate that over the next couple of laps that he was going to hopefully make that mistake to where the timing was right for you to throw that slider?
Yeah, I was kind of hoping. He might have messed up a couple times, but it wasn't that big of a mess up. So I was waiting for a decent, mess up, and therefore I could have got a better run and slid him, and maybe had a bigger lead on him to where he couldn't slide me in the next corner. But that's just how Eldora is. It's a lot of slide jobs, and I don't even think we touched the whole race, so that makes it even better.
Oh, you got another paint scheme here. I seen you in the orange Cincinnati Tigers one the other day. Now you got a black and white one again. So I think stay away from the black and blue one. I think this new paint scheme is starting to work out for you. But congratulations on this second place run. I know you got a ton of sponsors you might need to thank.
Yeah, I got to thank HRE Motorsports, Team Friday, Dirt All Access, iRacing, iFlag, 34 Raceway, Ohio Freshwater Adventures, Sugar Dog Creative, um, Steve with the series running World of Thunder. He puts all these races on for us. Pretty awesome. So, a lot of good drivers in these leagues, and when everybody drives pretty clean, that really makes it fun. So hopefully everybody can continue to do that, and look forward to the mod race coming up.
All right, there we go. Shane James there, home in second place. Home in third place tonight in the 007 car is going to be Jacob Fields. And, well, he was sitting pretty there in third spot. Had nothing better to do than but to watch Austin Carr and Shane James throw sliders on each other. Jacob, congratulations on the third place run. You certainly had the best seat in the house to watch that battle up front.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, it was interesting. Would have liked a battle for the lead, but it was actually pretty fun watching them battle for it. They put on a heck of a show.
Were you kind of getting antsy? Maybe a hint of any thoughts going through your mind to maybe throw the double slide job on these two guys out in front? Or were you just thinking hopefully they make the mistake to where they both have to really check up and where you could capitalize on it?
Yeah, I was just kind of riding. I was hoping that they'd make a mistake and I'd be able to kind of throw the slider on them, but they did a heck of a job.
Well, you didn't have it all too easy. You did have to, with the redraw, you started position 10. Talk about what it was like trying to come through this field and come away with that final spot on the podium.
Oh, man, it was wild. Some of the wrecks that they had, trying to get around those. I know I got into Hayden on accident there when everybody got into it. And then after that, it was kind of try to throw a slide job when you could. And luckily, I got up to third and was able to kind of ride around comfortably.
All right, well, look, congratulations on the third place finish here tonight, round number 3 of the World of Thunder Racing League at the Eldora Speedway. We'll let you get out of here, but before we do, sponsors, shout-outs, all that good stuff, buddy. Who makes the wheels turn on this 007 machine?
Yeah, I got to thank the guys at Elite 7. Always fun racing with them, and congrats to Shane and Austin. Got to thank you for putting on the broadcast, and got to thank the guys at World of Thunder. And check out Dirt Draft.
Simple as that. Check out Dirt Draft is the final words there for Jacob Fields. And again, that will wrap up our top 3 here tonight post-race interviews here with Austin Carr, your winner, Shane James second, and Jacob Fields third. Again, that'll wrap us up from the Eldora Speedway. We travel to the USA International Speedway, Lakeland, Florida, for round number 3 of the World of Thunder Racing League UMP Modified Series. That's going to be a fixed series of all drivers in the same setup. It'll come back down to the drivers. Again, that'll do it for round number 3 for the super late models here from Eldora. Big thanks to our sponsors here at Ultimate Dirt TV. Big thanks to Wicked Cushion, 19 Designs, World of Thunder Racing League, iCall Leagues, JR Productions and Media, and Black Diamond Motorsports. Don't forget you can check them out on our website. Head over to www.ultimatedirttv.com and keep up to date with what we've got going on throughout the week. We've got up to 10 broadcasts a week, so plenty of sim racing action right here on Ultimate Dirt TV. On behalf of the team here at Ultimate Dirt TV, the management behind the scenes, this is Brett Wheeler signing off, saying goodbye. We'll see you very shortly in about 30 minutes' time for the UMP Modifieds live from the USA International Speedway.